welcome to another edition of the Woke Africa show. Now, I'd like to say a big happy birthday to Wode Maya. Hey, Wode Maya. Happy birthday, brother. It's not easy. This job is not easy. But, I wish you the very best. And I pray that everything that you set out to do becomes successful. So from a sister to you, happy birthday. May our ancestors guide your path. May you have the very best wherever you are, brother. So tonight, showing you a little bit of Accra as I leave to the house from work. So I want to ask you guys to be a little bit cautious, about this coronavirus, because my point is, it is not in Africa yet. Okay, you have no idea how these things happen. We don't know. It is being rumored around that this virus is allegedly being manufactured in labs somewhere. So you and I, sometimes we might just go with caution, Oh, there's a huge drought. So you and I, sometimes we must just go with caution. So I'd like to encourage you to take precaution, wash your hands as much as you can, avoid guardrails. Guardrails is a very common place that you can contract this disease. Also, please, if possible, send mobile money or bank transactions or electronic payment, because money, cash is one of the easiest ways that you can get the virus. Those of our brothers and sisters in areas where the virus is very active, please be careful. Please avoid crowded areas, and always return to natural remedies that will improve your immune system at all times. Okay, so today is a happy episode, and I'm really glad that you're taking this ride with me, because it's not easy to get home when I close every day. It's not easy. So guys, what did I even want to talk to you about? Well, I'm just saying, okay, African men, okay, black men all over the world, black women want to marry you. They want to, they want you to be their kings, okay? But there's this, situation where black men, most black men, I won't say most black men, I'll say some black men probably do not treat sisters in the ways that sisters want to be treated. So they end up crossing over to marry from other races or to marry from other cultures. And I'm talking about both black and white. So I've seen this conversation ongoing. And I'm saying that, there's one thing I know. And I'm an African woman living in Africa. So I have to close this because that car is humongous, and the sound I'm an African woman living in Africa, so I can tell you for a fact that, you know, our men should treat us the same way, you know, they treat foreign women. When I travel and I see how our men married to either other, you know, black women from the UK or from the US, or even white women, how gentle they are, how kind they are, how romantic they are to them, then sometimes I just wonder what's going on. Because if you're not going to treat your fellow African woman in a romantic way, in a beautiful way, but, you know, you treat other people better than you treat your women, then you're like kind of like giving them an excuse to kind of like, you know, go outside and date. Okay? I mean, I do not believe in re-washing our, you know, dirty linen in public. But I guess what I'm trying to say is we have to kind of start living self-love, okay? Because Africa is a tribe, okay? We are a community, we are a tribe. And the things that we learn, you know, I always say that culture is dynamic. If you go into any culture, I would say that culture is dynamic, and this is true. It changes over time. It means that people naturally kind of learn from other cultures that, you know, things that they find interesting in other cultures, and they bring it into their own culture. So the things, I'm sorry, it's really hot in this car. I like the heat, I like the sun, you know. Yeah, so I'm just going to try and keep it intact. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that you know, if that happens, we kind of like, you know, get the excuse to go outside. So we have to like kind of practice self-love. I think that it's not even we have to, like, it's the only option that we have, you know. If we want the black to stay within, if we want the black, you know, culture to be, you know, popping and to be powerful, you know, I was saying that we are a tribe. It's true. The kind of connections that we have, the thing that unites us. Okay, so I would say that all the black children that are growing up without fathers, that is not love. All the wives locked up in marriages where they have to bear all the responsibility or are being abused or in any kind of way, that is not love. All kinds of situations, okay? You, the man, you are, how would I even call it? You are the seed of Africa. And you must, you know, learn to protect your offsprings. You know, just giving birth or having a baby doesn't make you a father. But being a father is staying there at every second, you know, teaching your child how to ride bicycle, taking your child to her first, you know, swimming lesson, taking your child, I need another light, yeah, you know, basically showing your child how to play football. It kind of like, you know, gives the child a sense of confidence, you know. It helps the child to grow, to become the very thing that society desires and wants. The absence of a father in the life of a child is like an island without water. Yes, it's there, but you know the significance of it. So please, you know, the black community, we need to kind of look within, because of course everybody wants to go where they're happy. If our women are better respected and entertained by men from other, you know, backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and that is what has happened, they will go if they find peace over there. And it's the same for the men as well. If we black women don't treat our men well, what will end up happening is that if they find respect, if they find love, if they find, comfort and the peace of mind to progress, to develop with other cultures, they will go. So we know what the problem is. We know the enemy has brainwashed us to think that we are not enough. But you know what? I'm just telling you that we can start realizing our value by looking within ourselves. By looking within. So family, I just wanted to bring this across. If this is your first time on the channel, please kindly subscribe and share our videos. And the awakening is not just about being a Pan-African, but it's being a Pan-African and translating the Pan-Africanism into our daily cultural life, so that we can actually live what we preach. Okay, so living what you preach it's not a one-time thing. It's a gradual thing. It's a daily thing. But at least we must start from somewhere. African fathers must stand up. Part of the awakening, part of creating an African, a new breed of Africa that is powerful, and confident, and result-oriented, innovative, creating that new generation of champions requires fathers to be present in the lives of children. It requires fathers to be present in the lives of children. So I'm appealing to you, if you're watching this video and you are an absentee father, the entire continent, our awakening, our rising, kind of requires you to return to, your responsibility as the man in the family. So, fathers, if you are an absentee father, I'm talking to you. If you believe in the rise of Africa and in the continent, and that, we will reclaim our home someday, it starts from our attitudes. Please, today I want to talk about fathers, because there will be a day for mothers. You have to raise your child. You have to raise your child in the way that you think is, worthy of the community. And you have to transfer your values, the values that you got from your father, to your children. Children thrive when daddies are home. Children thrive when fathers are around. So our awakening is not just about knowing where we're coming from, but yeah, it's also important. Knowing where we're coming from is important, because family and mother and child, mother and father and children in one house, living and dining and having all these cultural experiences and going about the family life, that has been Africa. That has been who we are. So remember, the Ubuntu spirit must engulf all of us. The Ubuntu spirit must kind of enter our men. And I'm talking to the absentee dads. I'm talking to the dads who don't care. I'm talking to the dads who have had so many children and do not want to take responsibility. You should return. Sam Kofa, you should return to your roots. You should remember that you have brought forth a generation that needs your tutelage, a generation that needs your guidance. Break the curse, break the chain of absenteeism, because guess what? The cycle will continue if it doesn't break. And so our fathers, rise up. Our fathers, you must rise. This is something we don't really talk about, but it's important, and I know what I'm talking about because my father was absent in my life growing up. Growing up is not an easy thing for me to talk about, and so I know when I tell you that without fathers, it's not always complete, you know. Moms are amazing. Moms are fantastic. Without moms, the world would be a different place. But we need African fathers to rise up and take their places and create kings and queens who are confident within themselves. Fathers to guide you when you're going wrong. Fathers to tell you the difference between men so that a girl growing up can make the best choices. Fathers to, you know, teach our men how, you know, how to be men, like in the African way, within the culture, you know, passing some of the values of manhood to your child. Do not leave the job that is your responsibility to women to do. Do not take advantage of black women, because we need black men in our communities to take their position, to take their role. That is African culture. That is the African culture. Shouts to all responsible fathers. Shouts to all fathers who are present. Shouts to all fathers who are responsible. Shouts to all fathers who are guiding our future generation. Shouts to all fathers who are responsible husbands. Shouts to all fathers who are showing the way. Thanks to all fathers who are teaching our children, our kids, that a father goes out to work and comes back home. Thanks to all fathers who are teaching our children that commitment, you know, by sticking with one wife. Thanks to all fathers who are the pillars in their homes, without lauding themselves, without teaching their children abuse, you know, without abusing their wives, so their children are learning from it. Shouts to all fathers who are teaching wisdom to our young ones. You know, we want the new breed of African. The new breed of African. It doesn't matter if you're on the continent, if you're in the diaspora, wherever you are, this message is for you. We are training the new breed of African. And we need our men to take their role, to become responsible. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you're an existing subscriber, shouts to you and thank you for always supporting my channel. I love you so much, and you know, share our content, our contents. Also, hey guys, I'd like to hear from you, so please leave me a comment in the comment section, please. I'd love to hear from you, and I promise I will reply to every single comment. The only way I get to know you is when you are in the comment section. I love you. Stay straight, stay true, and stay strong. And remember, Ubuntu. I am because we are. See ya. Thanks for watching. See you. Love you. Mwah.